What is up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Let Her Rip, the spinoff show from Let Me Get That Potograph. As always, my name is Drew, or the DH, and joining me, my awesome co-host, Mr. Chris Gilmore and Leighton Sheldon. What's going on, guys?
Hey, what's up, gentlemen?
How's it going?
Doing good, doing good. What's going on, Gary? Thanks everyone for tuning in. If you're tuning in on the Vintage Breaks Network or over from Let Me Get That Potograph, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Got a lot of fun tonight, guys. It's the beginning of soccer season. You know, we got football starting, we got basketball coming soon, but soccer is really kicking off. And with Messi moving, with all these other moves that are going on, a lot of rookies and second-year players really starting to get some run time and getting some play time. A lot of these leagues and a lot of these releases, at least in soccer terms, are really starting to pick up steam. And thanks to Topps today, guys, the box that we will be opening is 2020-2021 Topps Chrome Bundesliga. And I don't know about you guys, but this is one of my absolute favorite leagues and favorite products of soccer that they've made so far.
You got puns today. You're like, soccer's kicking off. Ha ha.
I do. So I don't know. What do you guys think, Chris? I know you've ripped a lot of this. You guys rip a lot of soccer over at Vintage Breaks. What do you think of Bundesliga? I think there's a lot of potential in these boxes.
Well, I mean, it does limit the player selection a little bit, not being
Sure.
UEFA. But the Bundesliga is better than, say, if it was just the Spanish league, because you get access to the Dortmund players,
Right?
Mukoko, Bellingham, guys like that you wouldn't get if it was what's the name of the Spanish league?
La Liga.
Yeah. That Mosaic was, and that your rookies are pretty pedry.
Right.
So.
Yeah, absolutely. I think this is huge, and with all of the news of the licensing and everything right now, soccer, guys, is something that I'm actually expecting soccer and F1 and some of these other products to really start to pick up in value. I don't know what your thoughts are, Leighton, but just with all these licenses going away in 3 years, I could see some of these products from these early years really holding some value, as they're going to be some of the only licenses that they have left.
Well, I mean, until Fanatics UEFA comes out.
Right.
Sure, it's funny. We with so much going on in the hobby, guys, we could devote the show as we're discussing the box,
Yes.
and talk about everything that's going on. But I do believe that at a macro level, for example, like take soccer. A few weeks ago, didn't know much about F1 racing or the difference between that and NASCAR.
Right.
Certainly didn't know a lot about soccer, the sport, or the card market a year ago. And so I think what's really cool, interesting, and very good for the long-term growth of the hobby, and particularly the card sector of the hobby, is that these international sports like soccer, like F1, are getting real traction in the card hobby. And so I just think that gives us being the hobby as it stands now, collector, dealer, investor, hybrid, whatever, chances to bring in more folks. You're widening the net. And so, yeah, I hope that Topps continues to make soccer. Like I said, I don't want to steal the thunder of our show here today at Let Her Rip, because I'm super excited about the box. But I do believe that, like, my gut tells me Fanatics understands the value of the Topps brand. And so it's just hard for me to believe. Remember, companies get broken up all the time.
Yeah.
So there's nothing to say Topps can't continue to make confectionery, or they can't continue to have several lines of their business. But if there's an ability for Fanatics, as you can see what they've already done, I do think that they'll continue to potentially try to go after the other sports like soccer, like WWE. However, and I was curious of your guys' opinion or our community's opinion, is whether it be Topps exists on its own or rolled into Fanatics or some sort of conglomerate.
Sure.
I don't think their heritage, no pun intended on their brand,
Right.
but like the lineage of their brand isn't going to go anywhere. So I think what's going to happen potentially, guys, is let's just say it takes a few years for the dust to settle, but I think it's going to be a lot sooner than that.
Yeah.
But let's just say it does take that long. I think we're going to be like, oh my God, wake up. One day Fanatics is controlling the narrative, but let's just say Panini doesn't survive the cut and Topps does, right? And the reason why I'm saying that off the cuff is because Topps' brand is so much stronger
Yeah.
in the card market. Think about just all of the archives, all of the heritage type related sets that they could do. Hey Jude, my lovely wife is home, but we're live on a show. The
What's up,
over
Craig, Ken?
there. Let her rip.
Hey,
I got a
how's it
kiss on
going?
camera. Yeah,
There
it's
you
a kiss on
go.
camera, baby. Yes, I love it.
Nice. There
Thanks,
you
honey.
go,
That's
lady.
great.
Yes.
So, getting back to center here, which is something I like to try to, use an expression when I'm all flustered now with the kissing cam. That might be the first ever kissing cam during breaking, right? Because I see it during live sporting events, but definitely not during breaking.
I'm going to add in some nice music. We'll put it up on a big
I like
screen,
that. I figured. Yeah, it's good stuff. I can't wait to get Raz for that.
My wife only comes in the feed to mock me. I mean, come on.
So
I just get my kid.
Yeah, but anyway, I did want to hear your opinion, but I wanted to say this. So imagine we're in a world in a few years where Fanatics is controlling the narrative of all these different brands, but I envision the Fanatics brand itself almost being like a value brand for the everyday, the average Joe consumer. So we'll just call that the 99-cent pack or the $1.49, entry point. Keep that Topps brand. Maybe not with Panini. Like I said, I think the Topps brand is much stronger. Like in other words, if you announce Topps basketball, Topps Chrome basketball tomorrow, people would lose their minds.
Yes.
If you said National Treasures baseball is now have logos, like sure, we'll think it's cool.
Right.
But I think people are going to be more excited about Topps Chrome.
Well, I mean, I completely agree with you, and I mean I'm pulling up something I wanted to show you guys right here. Just look at what happens when Topps gets into soccer. Just recently, a Florian Wirtz, the actual sold price of that card, which is just a red non-auto, was $10,500.
Wow.
You look at some of these cards from what we're looking at. Jude Bellingham, that one went for over 9,000.
Wow.
And I mean, you look at some of these cards, and I mean, they're just up, 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 and up. So I mean, Topps, like you said, their name is synonymous with the hobby. So I do think they're the one name that definitely will survive everything. And I do want to talk a lot about more what's going on in this, but guys, this is Let Her Rip, and we do have Charlie G out in the West. I know that's waiting to do some ripping of his own, so we're gonna do what this show is called, and let's dive into this box, baby.
All right.
So we've got 2020-2021 Topps Chrome Bundesliga. You've got one Chrome auto per box on these, and Chris, what are boxes running for these days? They've been going up pretty steadily.
I can look. I don't know off the top of my head, but I can look.
They change. It changes quite frequently.
Well, boy, they're running about 250. Yes, whack changes almost instantly, doesn't it, Leighton?
Yes.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
Almost by the purchase. So boxes are running about 250 with tax, everything, maybe close to 300, depending on where you're getting them from and everything along those lines. But you are getting one autograph per box. I do think something cool to have all the team names right inside here on the side. I think they're the team logos. I think that's cool. But here we go, guys. And, of course, if we do have a nice hit, we will put them in our awesome vanity slabs that we do have with our custom logo that they've made. They've also got their ones for our relics that are now out as well. First card, Alphonso Davies.
Nice.
Very good player right there. Next up, we've got a Florian Niederlecker. I'm
Good
gonna
luck with that
butcher
name.
that name.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna attempt it, but Next up, Jan Sommer, and then our first color, we've got Reinhold Jabo.
What a name. That's a great name, Reinhold.
Reinhold Jabo purple.
Your name is Reinhold. Yeah.
Yes. 12 out of 299. So Reinhold being our first one. Let me get some of these sleeves out for these. I love the design of these cards. I think I do, one thing I do like, I really love the design of the UEFA. I love the look that they did with it. But they really, I like that they changed it up for Bundesliga as opposed to just keeping the same design and kind of made it its own. Because I like the feel of it. I think it looks, I like this look. It kind of gives it almost like a 2013, 2015 Prism feel almost. Next up, we've got Lucas Toussaint.
Now, Drew, while we're opening up some soccer, seeing as how I'm
Yeah.
definitely the weakest in terms of soccer knowledge as we're ripping through this Bundesliga soccer box here on Let Her Rip. You can find us every Wednesday at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Drew, what's the last good, whether it be graded or ungraded, soccer card that you've bought for yourself to kind of hang on to for that, next 12 to 24 months because you think soccer's on the way out?
Sure. It's actually right here on the wall, center stage right here on the back. It's a Kai Havertz Donruss Press Proof Red PSA 10. And then I actually also just bought which Gilmore will back me up on this. They're the most criminally underrated card, I think, in the hobby. The Jude Bellingham Sapphire rookies. They are, if you can find a nice one, I just bought the variation, a nicely centered variation. But those right there, that Kai Havertz and them, I'm really trying to focus on guys, not even necessarily rookies. Yeah, as Chris shows some of those right now. I'm not even necessarily focusing on just rookies, but I'm focusing on guys. Hey, there's a guy that is exactly what I'm talking about. Robert Lewandowski. He's going to be a guy that's going to be very heavily involved in the World Cup on a team that could go far. And those are the players that I'm looking at. I don't even have to have necessarily their rookie, but that's where I'm looking at is the guys that are going to have a major impact in the World Cup.
The Lewandowski Stadium Club picture is so awesome. Stadium Club always focused on photography. He's like taking a bite out of his medal.
Yes.
I'll tell you, I didn't really know much about Stadium Club Chrome. I checked out some of those cards, Chris. Stadium Club Chrome UEFA is really cool.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. They do such a great job. I knew they would kill it with soccer. Here we go. We got a blue. We've got a blue wave. Sebastian Anderson.
Nice. Now, what did you say the retail? And by the way, thank you again to Topps for providing this box for us for you folks and your entertainment. Out of curiosity, what's the retail value? I know you said at the beginning of the show on this.
Around $250, but that's if you can get it at that price. A lot of them that I've seen are a little higher. So I'd say you'd be looking to pay close to $3 probably. For the boxes, and for Topps Chrome, that's not bad, but these are some of those boxes that I'll guarantee you as the year goes on, these boxes start to rise in price quite a bit, because there's a lot of players in this league that don't have many other cards that are going to be playing and having that big impact in the World Cup. We do have our auto here. So we've got Jonathan Schmidt and Mosa Nikate. I thought it was Mikoku.
Yeah.
I was really excited because I thought that was Mikoku, but still a very nice auto.
Well, I went ooh because I thought the card before was Conrad De La Fuente, but it's not.
Yeah, yeah, right. Now there are guys, like I said, the card that I showed you earlier that sold for so much money, that sold for over $9,000. That's not a rookie card. That is not his rookie.
Wow.
It's Florian Wirtz. Like if you pull a Florian Wirtz, his even ungraded, his greens to 99 and stuff, selling for 500 plus. Like a
Wow.
lot of these cards, people are starting to jump on that train because the World Cup's going to be here before we know it. We're going to have football season and basketball season, and then by the time basketball gets to the playoffs, the World Cup's going to be starting.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not far.
Last time we had a World Cup, I actually owned a hobby shop back then, and I remember the only thing we had was really World Cup stickers, and I could not keep those on the shelf. So now that we've got all this cool stuff, we've got all this like patch autograph stuff, we've got all this nice shiny chrome. No one's going to be able to keep it on shelves either.
Yeah, that's why I got another case or two of UEFA.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I definitely have been grabbing up my closet, and my box of where I just keep wax that I don't want to open is full of soccer because it's just there's so many good players in this stuff. The quality is great, and these are going to be way less printed than a lot of the ones in the future, especially as popular as it's gotten. Here we go. Let's see. We've got a Future Stars here. One of the inserts of Danny Olmo. Now, this is, a basic Topps Chrome type of product. It doesn't stray far from the pack. You've got your Future Star inserts. You've got a couple inserts. You've got your auto line. You've got some vets. You've got your rainbow amount of colors. So it is doesn't stray too far much from away from the path, but I do like the one-off design. That's one of my favorites, and the card stock on these is wonderful. The card stock is very nice on these. Christopher Lentz, Waldemar Anton, and a long runner die cut, a Stefan Bell. Very nice little die cut here. How's it going, Moses? Thanks, everyone, tuning in on the VB Network tonight as well. Mr. Melcher, Craig Mack, Lips, everybody. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks for tuning in, folks.
Yes, thanks, everyone, for tuning in to the show tonight. We greatly appreciate it. Next week, we'll be busting some stuff from Panini as Mr. Hackler. I spoke with Mr. Hackler today, and some stuff's on the way as well from Panini. So, be doing something from Panini as well, but thank you so much to Emily and everyone at Topps for getting everything up and running for this week and providing us with a really fun box. Jude Bellingham rookie. Can never go wrong with a Bellingham rookie, and then a very nice it's Topps, so a Prism. And these are numbered 109 out of 199. But there we go. We got us a Jude Bellingham, so he can sit.
Shout out to Antonio, who is the Lewis Lips fan there in the chat. He actually got he got Leighton's Satchel Paige out of a briefcase today. So Leighton.
Oh wow! Congratulations, and that's sweet. Congratulations, Antonio. That's awesome.
And to be able to come away with a 53 Satchel Paige and a freaking bonus, he's got to be stoked. He's got to be ecstatic.
Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah,
absolutely. Silas Marmatinga rookie. Jerry Palavenka refractor.
Definitely not a Prism Silver. That's a refractor.
Yes. This would be a refractor.
I wonder what Fanatics is going to call their base parallel.
I'm gonna be curious. I'm gonna be very curious to see. It's gonna be interesting. I can't wait to see what Josh comes up with.
Prism Silver, refractor, and who knows?
He would do it to troll people, so it'd be pretty funny.
It's gonna be a Prism fractor.
Very nice. Purple here. Jean-Paul Boitas.
That's exactly it. It's going to be a Prismfractor.
Yeah,
Prismfractor. There you go.
Refractism. Gonna be something along those lines, that's for sure. It's gonna be fun though. Definitely gonna be interesting. I was talking to Tracy today, and that's the one thing he said. We're in for some interesting times.
Yep.
Lewandowski, Sacco, Joao Victor, another great player, and Baptiste Santa Maria. All right, y'all, and we do have the giveaway that we posted last week. The winner we will be announcing. I'll be putting a post up on the socials announcing that winner here tomorrow morning. So be on the lookout for that for the winner, and we'll put up another new giveaway as well. Sebastian Anderson and a wave of Ruben Vargas. Very good player, actually, right there. Ruben Vargas, solid player with a silver wave at a 250. All right, so 3 packs to go here. A lot of color in these boxes. You get a lot of nice color out of them. I like them quite a bit. As someone who's learning soccer, I mean, I always played it and everything along those lines, and coached my son's team, but never really watched it too much. Finally, learning it quite a bit. It's quite fun. Marco Reyes, and then Oliver Brahman with a blue. So, Leighton, obviously, you with being in charge of vintage breaks and everything, you guys do break quite a bit of soccer. What's the reaction been from most people to soccer? Because I know a lot of people like myself are really learning on the fly as they're ripping this stuff, it seems.
Yeah, I mean, certainly we're doing the same. Our community has a few members that clearly are very, very knowledgeable about it. So they're generally the ones who are also buying out the breaks of it. So we're fortunate that we kind of have like a community-driven break, if you will, as opposed to just relying on a breaker for all their knowledge.
Exactly.
So, the obvious guys I've picked up on as well, just like my passion for many of the other sports, I like vintage cards. So as I've been talking to like a good buddy of mine and certainly a valued, well-known member of our community, Chris Coe, I've been trying to figure out like which Pele card to buy.
Right.
Or, what other stars from like maybe the 70s and 80s I can target as opposed to, just buying, let's say, a modern card. Excuse me, I think I talked about it before. With the exception of maybe a couple of guys, I prefer to buy like strong wax of a particular year. And I love what you guys are saying about soccer. I just don't see how we're not going to make a lot more soccer cards in the future with the sport growing.
Yeah.
B, no matter what happens, Topps, Fanatics, or other, you're not telling me that there's not going to be stock on the hit list of like someone's going to cut this license, or Topps is going to basically say, hey, this is our cherry that we have left, so we're really going to blow it up even more. Point is like what you were saying earlier, Drew, how is whether it be this year's or the last several years of soccer products, those things are going to be like, and it's weird for me to compare it to this, but it's almost like the early days of Magic, or Pokemon, where like no one thought people would collect it. So everything just kind of got opened. And then the real early stuff is extremely rare in an open form.
Yes. But no, it absolutely is. All right. We've got a pink here of Ronnie Khedra from FC Augsburg. The pinks are at a 75.
That's cool.
That is a very nice one right there. And let's see here. We got 1 pack left, and we're going to do a hit random and then a couple announcements real quick. And then
the last pack mojo.
Yes, last pack mojo. Philip Kostic.
It's real.
It is. It's very,
a real
very
thing.
real. It is. Dennis Zakaria, that's a great one to have. And Kevin Trapp. There you go. Yes, 2014 Prism Soccer Moses, another great example. All right, so another great break here. We're going to go through a little hit recap and then I know Charlie G and VB West will be joining. Will be taking over here in just a few minutes. So you guys definitely stick around. I know he's got a lot of stuff and a lot of fun going on. If you are on the Vintage Breaks Network, and if you're not, head on over to the Vintage Breaks Network. But
hey, shout out to VB South and the development of
yes.
Monopoly. We've now started using on Mondays, so that's great. And by the way, we're now going to be borrowing something from VB West. I love the idea of the bingo card. I didn't really quite understand it to begin with, but I think it's amazing.
Yeah, right. Absolutely, I love it. Yeah, Monopoly is definitely a lot of fun. All right, so hit recap real quick. We got Mr. Jude Bellingham.
Nice.
We got a Kevin Trapp Hollow, Dennis Zakaria base. We've got a Rainy Kahedria Pink, Giovanni Regna base, which is another great card to have.
They're really starting to market hard off Renya.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like he's on billboards over there.
Yep. That's what I'm saying. He's a guy to go after as well. Reflexes, Oliver Baumann. We've got a wave of Ruben Vargas. Santa Maria. Then we got Jean-Paul Boitas.
By the way, speaking of soccer, do you guys watch Ted Lasso?
Oh yes, I love it.
The show is effing hilarious.
Incredible.
Man. Oh my god, I love it.
Love it. One of the best. It's so great. Alfred Finnebargerson out of 199. We've got the long runner Stephen Bell, Danny Olmo, Finnebargerson again. Our autograph, Musa Nikate. Then we've got Sebastian Anderson with a blue. Robert Lewandowski with the refractor. Osman Kabak. Reinhold Yabo with the purple.
Nice.
And we got an Alfonso Davies base and a Dennis Zakaria Future Stars. So that's going to wrap up the box of 2020-2021 Topps Chrome Bundesliga. And, initial reactions and everything, like I was saying, I think this is an absolutely incredible product. I love it. I love the different design. I think they did a lot of really cool things with this. Chris and I were talking about how in Panini's case, when they finally made baseball's design the same, it kind of made baseball a little nicer. I think this Topps Chrome being a little different kind of makes it stick out a little bit with so many other Topps Chrome releases that they were putting out instead of just changing the UEFA logo for the Bundesliga logo. So I think it's a beautiful product. I think there's a ton of potential in this product. I think almost every single box is worth more opened, especially with the singles that you can pull. A lot of great possibilities grading wise. So, incredible product in my opinion.
And since today's show is sponsored by Ted Lasso on Apple, please make sure that you drop in the comments who is your favorite character on Ted Lasso. I'll go first. I think his name is Kent, Roy Kent. He's the guy who's like the badass who no longer plays.
Yes.
He's hysterical.
Actually, guys, either drop them in the Vintage Breaks chat, or if you are over on the let me get the autograph, drop the names in the chat. I'm going to take those names, random them off a little bit later, and we are going to give away a couple of cards from today's set.
That's awesome.
Answers. So we're actually going to give away a couple colors. I'll pick them out, pick out a couple of nice ones for you. We'll do a surprise grab bag. So Leighton, Nate, say it one more time for everybody so they know.
Sure. So we'd like you to drop into the chat wherever you watch Letterith every Wednesday at 9:30 p.m. Eastern. We'd like you to tell us who your favorite character is on the hit series Ted Lasso on Apple. It's hysterical if you haven't checked it out. And if you don't want to watch it and you still want to participate and have a chance to win a free card from Drew and Let Her Rip and thank you to Topps, then just Google it and you'll figure out character on the show.
There you go.
But I already told you one of them. Kent is hysterical, or Roy Kent, I believe. But anyway, thanks for joining us this week, Drew. It was awesome.
Yes, thank you guys so much. And guys, once again, make sure to check out Vanity Slabs. They've made our custom label on these, which are absolutely incredible for if you're not looking for grades and just looking to just like the slab look and want a little bit of protection for your cards, a little uniformity. They make some really cool stuff. So make sure to check out Vanity Slabs. They do some great work and they've done some great stuff for Let It Rip. But guys, thank you guys so much for tuning in to episode 20 of Let It Rip. And thank you so much to Emily at Tops. And we will be back next week with an all new episode with a pretty awesome box. It's gonna be something fun. We're gonna have a lot of fun with it. But now it's time for Charlie G and Vintage Breaks West over on the VB Network. So for Chris and Leighton and myself, thank you guys so much for tuning in, and we'll see you guys next week.
Later.